I'll wait until you have written everything down, because I might have realized everything when I get more terms on the board. Some wrong grammatically, I guess. The three markers are depicted in different places of the Vedic literature. It has to be of the Vedic literature, I guess. I love the way the meal is cooked in this monastery. Very healthy. And my body knows that right away. Let me go through the terms again. So today we're going to talk about the path to moksha or nirvana. The path is about salvation, and in Hinduism and Buddhism. So in Sanskrit is marga. In Pali, it is magga. It's the same term, marga and magga. M-A-G-G-A, magga. Later on, we will get a few more terms, but right now I will just mention them. And Buddha uses some other terms like Magga new means the knower. Magga knower of the path. And Magga Kovida, expert on the path. So those are the terms. Later we will come across these terms. So Marga is Sanskrit, Marga is Pali. And, Hindus in general believe in three types of paths leading to salvation. But one thing is noteworthy here. There are differences in opinion as to which marga actually leads to moksha or salvation, nirvana. And different Hindus, basically it depends on different schools of Hinduism. So that according to some Hindus, it is the first one, karma marga. So today, and you learn a different meaning of karma, right? Karma means action. But in the teaching of, in a theological sense, karma means the very result of your actions, But here karma is taken in terms of its literal meaning. Literally, karma means duty of action. And so that we need to see the difference between karma as karma in karma marga and karma as a psychological force. In the karma as a psychological force means not duty or action, but the very result produced by action. But here, karma means action, meaning duty. So I have some friends who are Hindu priests. Some are meditators, some are social workers. Based on which school, which marga, which path they practice. So karma marga is path of duty, jnana marga is path of knowledge, bhakti marga path of devotion. And by the way, these three margas occur throughout the Vedic literature. You know the four Vedas, right? Rig Veda, Saman Veda, Yajur, Atharvan, 4 Vedas. But if you see, if there's a place, if there's a book or a place where you see all these three margas mentioned together, it is in the Bhagavad Gita. But Bhagavad Gita was written much later than Buddhism. So Bhagavad Gita is a collection of verses that reinforce, that re-encapsulate the Vedic teachings. So Bhagavad Gita is a much later work.
Would you spell Bhagavad Gita?
Yeah, that's B-A-G-A-V-A-T, Bhagavad Gita, G-I-T-A, Bhagavad Gita.
Thank you.
Bhagavad Gita is respected by Hindus from all schools because it's more like a handbook, like the Dhammapada to Buddhists. Because Tripitaka, Buddhist canon is so vast that most people wouldn't be able to memorize them, even to remember what the canon would say. Whereas when you read the Dhammapada, and which is the handbook of a Buddhist, and you could see in the Dhammapada you see all the Buddhist teachings are kind of encapsulated in one place. Likewise, all the Vedic teachings are kind of summarized in the Bhagavad Gita. But Bhagavad Gita is much closer to. It represents more of, it basically represents the third path, path of devotion. And then, you see, yesterday we talked about humanizing divinity. You could use that phrase, term, not only for whatever we discussed yesterday. You could whenever you compare Buddhism and other Indian religions, especially Hinduism, you can list all the data, all the factors under that single heading, humanizing divinity. Why? Because pre-Buddhist Indian religion in general is theistic, except that there are a few religions like Sramana religions, but mainstream Indian religion, Hinduism, which is Hinduism, is theism. All the teachings are based on the conception of God, Brahman. So that's why it's divinity. But what Buddha did was he humanized, and in other words, he internalized. Nirvana is an internal process. Path is an internal process. But here in Hinduism, the path is necessarily, essentially connected to the cosmic force, Brahman. So Brahma created you, and you have to maintain your loyalty to him. Otherwise, you will be able to go back to him. Brahma, very good term. Brahma Sahaveta, union with Brahman. So this is, the path is theistic. It has a theistic connection in Hinduism, or the cosmic connection to Brahman. So, of Karma Marga, so it is about your behavior. So Brahma gave you life, so that it is your obligation that you use, that you make the proper use of your life through your behavior, through your action. Hence, so it's about path of duty. So the Karma Marga is more like your ethical behavior, your moral behavior. Second one is Jnana Marga. Jnana, so later on we will use that term Jnana once again after an explanation of everything. First we will discuss everything afterwards. I will take the remaining time to explain Jnana again. And when you, under the term Jnana, you will see how knowledge is defined in Hinduism and in Buddhism. Jnana is path of knowledge. So that's about, so that karma, while karma is all about your ethical or moral behavior, Jnana marga is about your wisdom. That involves meditation, that involves yoga. Nowadays, whenever you hear the word yoga, yoga is your physical is more physical. But actually, it is both mental and physical. When it comes to yoga in Buddhism, the physical aspect of yoga is easily ignored in Buddhism, and instead followers are encouraged to practice what is called mental yoga, meaning you cultivate your mind about mental health yoga. So that's Jnana Marga is path of knowledge. Knowledge is necessarily acquired through meditation. Meditation is a must when it comes to Jnana Marga. So, in Karma Marga, you could say, I know one of my friends who is a Jamaican Hindu priest, and he calls himself, he says he's not a Jnana monk, he said he is a Seva monk. Seva means service. He's a Seva monk. And you see that parallel in Buddhism too. In Buddhism there are forest dwelling monks and community dwelling monks. Two different monks. So by definition I am a community dwelling monk, but I spend some time in the forest as well. But not forest dwelling is not my mainstream. But community dwelling. You stay with the community. In Hinduism is then they first, I'm not, my friend is from Jamaica, he says he's not a Jnana monk. He is not a meditation monk. He says he's a Seva monk. He travels all over the world, counseling, organizing charity, social service, taking care of the, feeding the hungry, so the building housing for the poor. So it's more like his karma, his duty. Seva is service or duty.
Does he meditate at all?
He doesn't. He does meditate. He does meditate. Few hours a day. I think 4 hours a day.
That's all.
4 hours a day. Yeah. 4 hours a day means then how many hours? Like weekly, and then he travels. 4 hours a day. Whereas Jnana monks, they don't do any social service. They live in the forest and they hardly open their eyes. They are Jnana monks. So because it's more like whenever you come across this word, Rishi, right? Rishi is an English word nowadays. Full-time meditators. So rishis.
But are Buddhist? Buddhist?
No, this is a Hindu. Hindu term, yeah. My friend from Jamaica, every year he travels to, he said, 55 countries. 55 countries. So that most of the time he said he doesn't have to pay for his airfare. Why? He got air miles, points, and this is very popular. But then I asked how he manages to meditate. He said he would do that on the plane at times. So Seva monks, his service. So this first one, the third, and the third one, Bhakti Marga, path of devotion. Now, maybe I'll get this one. Vishnu and Shiva. Now, you are familiar with the Trinity in Hinduism. Brahma is the creator. So, Vishnu is the protector, and Shiva is the destroyer. In Hinduism, you come up to three gods. Brahma the creator, Vishnu the protector, and Shiva, the destroyer. And then when it comes to different schools of Buddhism, from among many different schools of Hinduism or denominations of Hinduism, there are two universal schools of Hinduism. One is based on Vishnu and the other one based on Shiva. The one based on Hinduism, Vishnu is called Vaishnavism. You only do write it down.
So I'm a little confused. You said there's 3 universal schools of Hinduism?
No, there are two universal.
2.
Yeah, no, it's a trinity in Hinduism. 3 gods in Hinduism. Brahma, the creator,
Okay.
Vishnu, the protector, and then Shiva, the destroyer.
But didn't we talk earlier about that there's so many vast...
Yeah, 33 million. 33 million gods, but they are the 3 main gods.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, of the 33 million, there are 3 major gods. Brahma, the creator, Vishnu, the protector, and Shiva, the destroyer. And everyone else is a manifestation of these 3. Manifestation of different things. So that's why Hinduism is a polytheism. It's not a monotheism. Remember the first lesson we had, first discussion? So first came into being was polytheism, and later our primal ancestors would think that all these gods wouldn't be able to manage the natural occurrences of the nature unless there are other gods overseeing them. And that's how they came up with belief, that's how the monotheism came into being. So there are 33 million gods in Hinduism. Most of them are manifestations of other gods, these 3 major gods. And then of these 33 million, there are 3 major. Brahma, the creator, Vishnu, the protector, Shiva, the destroyer. And then, but when it comes to different schools of Buddhism, there are 2 major branches of Hinduism. One based on Vishnu, who is the protector god, and the other one based on Shiva, the destroyer god. Why not Brahma?
He's the ultimate god.
Yeah, he is the ultimate god, because I think there are 1 or 2 temples in India, all over India, that is dedicated to Brahma. All of the temples are based on, dedicated to Vishnu and Shiva. And as Hindus believe, Brahma is too far away from humanity. So there's no point dedicating a temple to him, because he is the ultimate God, he is the creator. Even though, so of these 3, who is central? Because Brahma is central to Vishnu and Shiva. Why? Psychologically, unless there is creation, there cannot be sustenance, and there cannot be destruction. So what occurs first was the creation. So the creator God, he doesn't emanate, he doesn't transcend to the human level directly. He appears through other gods. Basically, first through Vishnu and then through Shiva. So that And on the third level, on the second level, there are many other gods, third, 3 million. And then, so the Hindus keep adding more members. Remember, I mentioned one specific goddess. Who was that? About, you know?
Yeah, you were saying.
Yeah, HIV, AIDS, yeah, AIDS
About
Amma.
the AIDS, yeah.
In, I think, late 80s. Because that was when the first HIV patients were discovered in India, I guess. So that, because Hindus like it was going to be an epidemic, that's why they appointed a different god in charge. Interestingly, not a god, not a male god, but a female one, goddess, female deity they appointed. Why is that? Because finally, I don't know how they got that psychology probably. Because mother is the birthplace of our personality. So interesting, when I interview some HIV patients, and then so that most of the time male, especially male, and then they would hardly talk to their dads, but to moms.
Because the mother is supposed to be the nurturer.
Nature, right? Yeah. So that's a female deity. So that's only 1 or 2 temples all over India that is dedicated to Brahma, because he is the creator. He is too far away from humanity.
And because also it's common to all of them, because it's all of the schools are devoted of Brahma also.
No.
He's present, no?
No, only to these, that's why, only to these, there's no school of Brahma. There are no Brahma worshippers, but Vishnu worshippers and Shiva worshippers. Because why? Because Brahma, the creator, he is active on the worldly level through Vishnu, who sustains the world, and through Shiva, who destroys the world. Because when it comes to the world, and then what we basically notice is how to say that, how we sustain, how the world is sustained, how the world gets destroyed. So and it is so that's when that's why Brahma is not included. Brahma has never paved the way for the creation of a different school, because he is placed above. Even though we see Brahma, Vishnu on your side left, Brahma the creator, Vishnu the protector, the sustainer, and Shiva the destroyer. But again, all these 3 gods, I'm going to confuse you now. Now, there's a slight difference between Brahman and Brahma. Now, Brahman is the universal energy, cosmic energy. So, Brahma contains Brahman, Vishnu contains Brahman, Shiva contains Brahman, all the 33 million gods contain Brahman. We, the individual souls or Atmans, contain Brahman. Even some inanimate objects in the universe contains Brahman. Because Brahman is, so that is the basic energy. Yeah, universal energy, Brahman. So never to get confused Brahman with Brahma.
Will you spell Brahma?
No, this is Brahman.
But how do you spell Brahma?
Without the N.
Without the N.
Oh, so it's all the same except the N.
Yeah. So the reunification is with Brahman, or is it with Brahma?
Which one?
Reunification. So they believe in reunification. So Brahma Sahavyata.
Yeah, that's what
That's with Brahman.
Brahman, yeah.
So it could be with Vishnu, it could be with Shiva, or it could be with any of the.
That was Paywood. Excellent question. That's what Paywood that paved the way for the emergence of different schools of Buddhism. And people would say, through when I go to Vishnu,
I'm going to Brahma.
I'm going to Brahma, and when I go to Shiva, and I'm going to Brahman.
I see.
Because and then Vishnu is Vaishnavists. It's a very big term. Is it okay to test these terms?
And what about Rama?
Yeah, Brahma is the creator god.
Oh, just pronouncing it.
Yeah, Brahma, yeah. It's Brahma, yeah. Actually, Western pronunciation is Brahma. But in Asia, we pronounce it Brahma.